welcome back to Angie in Wonderland. About a month ago, I sent out a Ask Angie. Leave me a question and I'll answer your question. That was a little redundant. But anyway, I asked for you guys to ask me some questions, and then I was going to go ahead and answer those questions in a video and share the answers with you. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So I pulled up on my Instagram, I pulled up the little where did it go? There we go. The little Instagram question thingy that I asked you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and use the questions from there, and then I'm going to hop on over to my Facebook page on The Go With Angie, and I'm going to answer those questions as well. Okay, so for the very first question, it's from Susan Tankersley, and she says, what's one of your favorite habits you have, and what's your favorite food? One of my favorite habits. I don't really know what I would have a favorite habit of. Shopping? That's a favorite. Is that a habit? I like to shop. I like to share things. I like to eat tacos. Is that a habit? I don't know. That's a funny one. Okay, and what's my favorite food? Tacos. I absolutely love tacos. I love Mexican food. I could eat that like all the time. All right, Mrs. Mascarina 1906 asks, where did you and your husband meet? How long have you been married? And you two are pretty cute together. Well, thank you. My husband and I, Brian and I, met online. We met in a Chicago chat room in April of 2000. And we have been married since 2003. We got married December 20th, 2003. So we have been married, what, about 14 years? 13, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 10, 11? No. Where are we at here? Hold on. We have been married for 14 years. We have actually been together for almost 17, or it was 17 years. In, yeah, 2000. We got together in 2000. Okay, so yeah, there you go. There's that. Alrighty, Stacy Stitko asks, which handbag are you currently using, and would you do an update of what's in my bag video? Miss Stacy, I've already done that, and I posted that video a little while ago, and I'll just put the link right up here. If you missed it, you can go watch it. But I am still using my pink Dooney and Burke bag that I shared in that video. Okay, so Tracy Lee 43 asks, what does Brian do for a living? You two are an awesome couple and seem so well matched. Well, Miss Tracy Lee, Brian is a computer software guru, I guess you can say. He sells a software that you can put in machines that machinists use to make things. So he sells the software and he teaches the machinist how to use that software. So that's what he does. And we are so well matched. And I think we are very well matched as well. I'm a little bit more high strung than Brian is. Brian's kind of just like a low, easy going type of guy, just kind of goes with the flow. And I am more like blah in your face, and you're kind of like over the top sometimes where he is not. That's, I think, kind of where we like balance each other out. But we love the same things. We like to decorate the same. We have the same thought processes. So yeah, we are very, very well matched. He's like my best friend. Yeah, he's my best friend. Okay, so Miss Kimmy 2 asks, what's your favorite color? My favorite color used to be yellow, like when I was little and growing up or whatever, it used to be yellow. Now I think my favorite color, I love the color black for some reason. I've always just like loved the color black. So I would think black maybe. But I don't know, I like so many varieties of colors. It just kind of depends on what my mood is. Okay, what is my favorite movie? Oh man, I have so many. Wizard of Oz would be like my #1 movie, but I'm also like an 80s geek. So I like Pretty in Pink, and I like Karate Kid, and Breakfast Club, and 16 Candles, and Say Anything, and Some Kind of Wonderful, and I love Les Mis, I love Titanic. I love the vacation movies. Yeah, I love just about anything. And I love musicals. I love Grease 1 and 2. So yeah, those would be a list of my favorite movies. What is just your favorite Disney movie? You know, I don't know if I have like a favorite Disney movie, but if I had to like pick one, I don't know, I might say Brave, because I really do like Brave, and I do like Merida, but I also like all the old classics too, like Bambi and Alice in Wonderland, and let's see, Snow White and Cinderella. So I don't know, I kind of like all of those. I don't have like one favorite, I don't think. Your favorite coming of life story, that one story that we all have, that we realize who we really are. My come to life story, I think, was when I married Brian or met Brian. He showed me a whole other person that I was hiding, I guess. I was so young. It's so funny. It's hard to say when I was so young when I met him. I was 27. But I don't know. I think that that would be my coming to life story, is when I met him and he opened up a whole new world for me of thinking and understanding and compassion and caring, and not being so quick to run my mouth, not be so quick to just be ugly to people, I guess. I mean, I've never ever been ugly to people, but and sometimes just a tiny bit, I still do kind of have a tendency to be like, you know what, no, I'm so not going to put up with that, so I'm going to let them know exactly how I feel. And I don't have a problem still doing stuff like that, especially if I see somebody doing something wrong and I just happen to catch it. I'm like, look, that's not right, what you're doing is wrong. But I think that would be like my turning point in my life, would be when I met him, because he balanced me out, and he showed me and gave me a great life. Alrighty, so Bray411 asks, when was the first time you went to Disney and what inspired you to have the love for it? My first trip to... Hold on. Okay, so where was I? The first time I went to Disney. The first trip, I think, when I went to Disney, I was 9 years old. And I'm going to put a picture in here. So, anyway, I was 9 years old, and my sister was 6. And so 9 years old, 73, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. So 1982. I was there? Yeah, 1982. So we went in 1982, and then we didn't go again until I was 19, 18, 16 years old, 17 years old. Anyway, we didn't go again until then, but I did fall in love with it the first time that I was there. It was just everything was so cool. Everything was so magical, and they just make everything so, like, neat. Like, it's just so neat and cool and stuff. So, and it's my dad's fault. My dad's the one who brought us there. And I wish I didn't skip so many years. I actually lived in Fort Lauderdale for like 3 years, and not one time did I go to Disney, even though it's like 3 hours away. Not one time did I go. I had a kid, I was living with my parents, it was like, you know, all those crazy things, but I just love it. And then in 2012, Brian and I went for the first time in 2012, and that just completely sparked a whole new love and interest for Disney, and it's been a joy ever since. Let's see, I have never been, but I know you love it. Where do you see yourself in 10 years, and what inspired you to do YouTube? Where do I see myself in 10 years? In 10 years, I actually see myself, hopefully, living in Florida. I'm 44 now, so that means I'll be 55 when we go, or in 10 years. So I'm hoping to live in Florida. I'm hoping to still have the energy and the spunk and the love and the desire that I have now for Disney. That way I can spend all of my time there. So, and share that maybe with my kids and my grandkids maybe in 10 years. So, that's kind of where I see myself in 10 years. And of course with Brian by my side. And what inspired me to do YouTube? Well, in 2014, I decided that I was going to start sharing on YouTube because at that time I wasn't working, and I thought, oh, well, it's going to, you know, give me something to do. It'll help me pass the time. I love sharing. I love talking. I love shopping. And I just thought, well, why don't I share with everybody what I bought? Because that just kind of seemed like the thing to do on YouTube. So I started vlogging, or I started sharing things first, and then I started vlogging, and I absolutely love it. So I think it's great. It's definitely taken me a very, very long time to get to where I am now, because it's lessons learned. It's you got to be on top of it. You have to be dedicated to it. You have to want to put in the time to do it. You want to have to research if you're going to do some, like, you know, adventuring stuff and talk about things and share things outside of just this little room here. And you have to be able to sit down and edit and get the information with all the stuff that you just talked about or whatever. So it is very, very time consuming. It's an up and down feeling sometimes as well, because I see somebody who started last year and they're at like 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers, and I started in 2014 and I only got like 2,200. I'm like, what the hell? Why do I only have that many? But I mean, I guess it just takes time, and you know, they may be funnier than me. They may do more adventurous things than I do. They may be weird. I don't know. Just some people like others more than they like me. You know, I don't know. But anyway, that's it. That's why that's what inspired me to do it. And I was also watching Organized Like Jen, and she kind of inspired me to do it as well. So. But there's a lot of people out there who've inspired me to do a lot more on YouTube than just, you know, sharing a new bottle of lotion I picked up at Bath & Body Works. Alrighty, so another one from Miss Stacy Sticko. Can you do a what's on my iPhone video? I like to see what apps people use. Also, what case are you using? Okay, so I could answer the case question right now. This case came straight from Verizon, and it's just a clear case, and it's just got like silver sparkle in it, and I don't know exactly. Casemate, it's called Casemate, so that's it. As far as apps that I have on my phone, I will have to do another video on that because I have so many like different apps on my phone that I use. So I'll have to do another video of that. So now I'm going to go over to my Facebook page and answer those questions from Angie in Wonderland on there. So that is what I'm going to go do. Oh my god, you guys, I just like was looking through my Facebook page and I came across this picture from Avatar. That place was amazing. It was so pretty. And I don't think I actually told you guys about the ride, the Flight of Passage. That was amazing. We waited into 2.5 hours for that ride, but it was so worth it. But once you like got on the ride and you were in there and you were riding this Banshee, and it was just amazing. It was so amazing. I'm sorry, I'm still looking for the question tab so I can go to the questions. Yeah, and oh look, I had to get my picture on that bubblegum wall. Yeah, everybody does a bubblegum wall at Epcot. Of course you do. Of course you have to. I'm still looking, sorry. So hold tight, friends, hold tight. I'm working on it. It's got to come up soon. There's that one. This is me and Courtney. I think I did it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I have 9 on here. So let's start. You said, this is from Han. Anyway, you said sometimes that you don't like to fly, and that is a reason why you can't come to Europe, for example. Is there a reason why you have a fear of flight, or is it just a fear that you can't explain? Well, I do not have a fear of flying. I have a fear of the tight space that we're in when we are flying. And years and years ago, when Brian and I flew out to Vegas, we actually sat in the back of the plane, and it got so hot in there and we were so cramped in that I was just like, oh my God, I have to get off this plane. I was having like an anxiety attack because it was just so narrow and so compact that I just couldn't deal with it. And I just couldn't like get up and stretch like I wanted to. And now they're like strict with, you know, if this seatbelt sign is on, you can't get up out of your seat for some reason whatsoever. And I'm just like, oh my God. What if I'm flying to Europe and it's however long it is, 12, 16-hour flight, and I have a panic attack because I have to get up and stretch, or I get really, really hot. It's just the fact that if I can't get up and move around and I have this like one like space that I'm, you know, just isolated to, it freaks me out. So that's why I don't think I could go on a cruise, because being on the boat, and it's just that's it. I'm just confined in this little space. That freaks me out. So I don't think I could. Okay. Sarah asks, can you share your wedding day details, how you planned, proposal story, dress, etc.? I just got engaged and would love to hear your story. Well, congratulations, Sarah. Okay. My wedding story, my wedding day, my wedding. Let's see. I think what I'll probably end up doing is I'll just put some pictures in here. Brian and I were together for 3 years before he actually said, hey, you want to just get married? It wasn't like, hey, will you marry me? It wasn't like, one knee. I think we were just like sitting at his house. It was our house too, but sitting at the house, and we were talking about getting married, and we were like, when should we do it type of thing? And I'm like, well, you haven't even asked. So he's like, well, will you marry me? And I'm like, yes, sure. So it was just like that. It was like so simple. And then from there, we just decided to start planning it. And we ended up getting married at his aunt's bed and breakfast, which I'll post a picture up here, of the bed and breakfast that she still owns. And that was just his aunt's house, and she still lives there. So it was just a really, really pretty wedding, and I just kind of wanted it to be very, very simple, nothing but family. I had Kenny G music playing. We set up, like I said, I'm just going to put some pictures in here, and I'll talk to you guys through it. And we just, like I said, just had friends and family, and my parents didn't even come because they lived in Tennessee at the time, and we planned it like that. And within, I think, 3 weeks, we had it planned, and it was just so quick and simple and easy. I had already bought my dress. I had just like an ivory dress, and it was perfect. It was the absolute perfect wedding ever. I walked down to a Kenny G song, and a friend of mine gave me away, and it was just beautiful. And I couldn't have asked for a better day or a better wedding. Like I said, I think the smaller, more just less chaotic weddings, I don't know, I think those ones, to me, this is my opinion, just seem to last a lot longer than, you know, big $25,000 extravagant weddings. It was just so personal, and that's what I liked about it. So my suggestion to be would just, if you don't want to have a big, huge, ginormous wedding, don't. And if you do, that's your prerogative. But I think mine cost less than $3,000, and it was less. I mean, or probably even like less than that, $2,000 maybe, less than that even. I don't even know, but it was just like done, and it was perfect. I absolutely loved it. Okay, this Jessica asked, did Brian or any of your family members get uncomfortable or embarrassed when you first started to vlog in public? A lot of people do. I mean, I still do sometimes too. I still kind of get a little like nervous and embarrassed about it, but I'm getting better. But as far as like friends, I don't have a lot of friends that care to be on the vlog at all. I did have a friend, Hillary, who actually did not mind at all, but she and I parted ways, and we are no longer friends. So she's one that used to enjoy being on here, but she no longer is. And Brian is a little bit off of, he doesn't like to, but he doesn't, it doesn't bother him you know, a lot. So, I mean, I tried not to, I can like read him. So it's like, if I know that he's just like so not into it, then I'm like, okay, well then walk ahead of me or walk behind me or something. And I'll just do my thing. And as far as like my family or whatever, my sister doesn't care. My nieces don't care. My mom and dad, they're like so anti-internet anything. So they're like, well, don't have me on there. And some of my friends too, I don't have any like other friends that want to be on. So it's kind of hard sometimes, especially when I'm out and about and I want to share something, or we go to dinner or whatever, and I want to share food or whatever. But yeah, I just kind of like learn. I know my boundaries, and so that's it. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Okay, so Han asks, why don't you take footage when you are inside a Target store, for example, Target, or is it forbidden? Some places do not want you to film. They simply just say, can you stop filming? We don't want you to do that in here. And I definitely will be like, okay, yeah, sure, not a problem. It's actually kind of hard as well to do that, but I have recently just kind of started sharing a few things, like when I go shopping or whatever. But I'm getting better at that. It's just it's awkward. Like I'm getting out my camera and I'm like, oh, hey, look at this, and then people come down the aisle and they're like, oh god, what is that crazy girl doing? Why does she have a camera on, and why is she filming us? And people, oh my god, I like weird bathrooms, like not weird bathrooms, I like bathrooms, especially bathrooms that are like, wows my pants off when I walk in. Wows my pants off when I walk in. Yeah, I just like really cool bathrooms, so sometimes I'll walk in like with my camera, and but people get very, very nervous if I walk in with my camera, so I usually turn off my camera unless I see nobody around, and then I will like film in there. But yeah, bathrooms are like forbidden, but I love bathrooms. Okay, Kim asks, what would be a dream vacation that you would take with your husband? Dream vacation would, you know, I say this, I would love to go to Disneyland Paris. That would be a dream vacation. But again, that goes back to the whole flight thing. But I think I just would love to go, like, again to the beach. Like a couple years ago, we went to St. Thomas, and that was just like so awesome. And then a couple years ago, we went and did a whole California thing, and we're there for a whole week. We flew into San Diego, rented a car, drove all the way up the coast, went to Disneyland, went to San Francisco, Hollywood, you name it. That was such an awesome trip, and that was one of our favorites that we've taken. But as far as a dream vacation, I don't know. Maybe, like I said, Disneyland Paris, or maybe Cancun or something. Where are all the places you have lived? I have lived in Illinois, because I was born and raised in Illinois. I've lived in Florida, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, and North Carolina. 6 places. I lived in 6 places. How did you and Brian meet? We met online. Yeah, I answered that earlier. We met online in the Chicago chat room in AOL. Bling, you've got mail. That's exactly how we met. And it's so funny because when I was like talking to him on there, I said, what music are you listening to, or what station are you listening to? And I was like in the north part of Chicago, and he's like the south part of Chicago. So like our radio stations, like he would get a station that I didn't get for some reason. But anyway, he would get like the 80s channel. Anyway, long story short, he was listening to some channel, and he said he was listening to Say My Name by Beyonce. Well, I didn't catch on to, like, it was the song Say My Name. So he said, I said, so what song are you listening to? He's like, Say My Name. And I'm like, I didn't catch on to that. So I'm like, Brian. And it's so funny because we joke about that now, and he's like, I should have known, like, back then what I was getting myself into with you when you answered Brian. But we laugh about that now because it's just kind of funny. But, yeah, Beyonce. Okay, so how did you meet your hubby? I just explained that. There you go, Lori. And then Sherry Smith asked the same question. Okay, and then... yeah, I think that was it. That was all the questions. Wow, I nailed it. I got all of them. So very, very cool. Alrighty, guys. So there is my Q&A. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a comment below and let me know if you have any more questions. Leave them below, and I'll be glad to answer those sometime as well on another video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and if you are still hanging out with me, I totally appreciate it. Love you all, and I will see you guys next time on Angie in Wonderland. Bye!